Hi, it's Jenny from Sincerely Jen Patterns. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are making the Moondance Notepad Holder in composition book size. This is an add-on to the original pattern, and if you originally purchased the pattern, you have this size now available to you as well. You just need to go re-download the files. A standard size composition notebook is 9 3/4 tall and 7.5 inches wide. This vinyl is from Mormino. The lining is also from Mormino. And then my tag is from the Heartwood and Hide. And this tag here is from my Sewing Blurb subscription. There are 7 sizes now included in the Moondance Notepad Holder pattern. So go download the new add-on sizes and let me know what you think. If you don't subscribe to my channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. All right, so this is the add-on to the Moondance Notepad Holder pattern to make a Moondance that fits a standard composition book. So this is 9 3/4 inch tall and 7.5 inches wide. And the Moondance in composition book size will fit this. So for this, it's an add-on to the pattern, but included with your pattern. If you've already purchased your pattern, files have been uploaded, you can just go in and re-download and you will have all of the sizes. Their steps 3 and 4 are going to be different than the pattern is. That's listed with the pieces on page 1, as well as a cut list. So you can cut everything here. If you only want to print the angled pocket, print pages 9 and 10. I like to print the cut list so that way I can mark off what I cut. I can't think and talk at the same time. All right, so step number 1, on the wrong side of the exterior, we want to take the Decoville Heavy stabilizer pieces and place them 1/4 of an inch in from each of the side edges and centered from top to bottom. So I'm going to fuse those in place. All right, and I do place my vinyl in the heat press covered with the cloth, and I haven't had any melt yet. So definitely test yours, but all the vinyl I'm using today is from mormino.com. So once we've fused the main stabilizer pieces in place, we want to take the lining center, and I'm just going to use some of my 1/8 inch double-sided tape on the back of it, all the way around all 4 sides. This exterior vinyl glows in the dark. I don't know if it had a certain, like what type of vinyl it is. The solid that I'm using is a Luxe vinyl, also from Mormino. And that one has like the real nice microfiber type back on it. All right, once the tape, we're going to peel the backing off the tape. And then I'll just center this from left to right and stick it in place. And you don't have to use double-sided tape for this, but I find that it really helps the vinyl to not stretch and pull. I know some people have issues with that. Also, if you're using an industrial walking foot machine, because it's a walking foot, you don't need to worry about it sticking to the vinyl. But if you're using a domestic sewing machine, then you probably want to try a Teflon foot, a walking foot. I think there's a roller foot. Those are all good options. All right, so that was step 1 and 2. Now step 3 and 4 will be on page 1 of the pattern piece add-on. We are going to, on the wrong side of one of the lining mains, we want to fuse the notepad stabilizer in place. And it's going to be a 1/4 inch in from the right side and then a 1/4 inch from the top and bottom. All right, so once that's fused in place, from the right side, we will measure 1/2 inch from the left side now, which is where our stabilizer is at, and 1/4 inch up from the bottom and make a mark. Just a little dot. This ruler is from mormino.com. All right, and then repeat that at the top, 1/2 inch in from the left edge, 1/4 inch down from the top. All right, and now I'm going to use my hole punch. This is also from mormino.com. And I'm just going to, on the smallest setting, punch out a hole at each of those marks. All right, now I'm going to go to my cutting table and I'm just going to cut from one hole to the other, being sure to not cut past the holes. All right, so now we have this. On the wrong side, I'm going to place 1/8 inch tape all the way around both sides, the top and the bottom. You could clip this in place if you chose. You don't have to use double-sided tape, especially if you're trying to keep costs down. If you sell these, you may not want to have the extra cost of all of the tape. I find that it's worth it because it keeps my pieces from sliding, so I will always use tape. All right, now we want to place this wrong sides together with the exterior and match up the bottom and the right edges. And stick it in place. I believe the color of this vinyl was called Raisin. And it's just a solid Lux vinyl. And you can do any combination of vinyls. I like to use multiple vinyls, so I'll typically use the exterior piece for the center and then also for the angled pocket. All right, so that was step 5. Step 6, we want the angled pocket and our card pocket. So now for my card pocket, I like to place my tags on these pockets. So I have tags here from the Heartwood and Hide. They're custom. If you have cork tags or any kind of a tag that you like to use, now is a good time to add it. I think I'll go with this one. That looks nice with this. I have a combination of vinyl tags and leather tags. All right, so now I want to measure, I'm going to go 3/8 of an inch up from the bottom and centered from left to right for my tag. And I just stick that in place, and then I'm going to top stitch it on using a 1/8 inch seam allowance. The thread that I'm using today is Neon Purple from Wizardry. And it's Tex 70, I believe. All right, and then we'll go ahead and place 1/8 inch tape around the sides and bottom of the card pocket. And then we want to measure 3/8 of an inch from the bottom and sides and place this right there. It doesn't have to be exactly there. You can put it anywhere on this piece that you want. All right, and then we're just going to sew that in place, also using a 1/8 inch seam allowance. And here we only sew down one side, across the bottom, and then back up the other side. I'm using a stitch length of 4 today, I think, and not for any particular reason. It was just set to 4, but I would definitely use 4, 4.5, 5, something like that with the vinyl. You don't want to use a very short stitch length with vinyl because it will perforate and then it will tear. So try to stick with longer stitch length for vinyl sewing or leather. All right, now on the wrong side of the angled pocket piece, we're going to put a line of 1/8 inch tape alongside the long back edge, the bottom edge, and the short front edge. We are not taping down the angled edge or the top short edge. All right, now we're going to take the other lining main, and we're going to place this 3/8 of an inch from the bottom and left edge. I'll just stick that down. And then I also grabbed one of the tags that I got from my Sewing Blurb subscription. This one is a unicorn. It says keep on dancing on the one side. The other, or maybe it's just a horse. I don't know. The other side, it has like little stars. I like that side. So I'm just going to stick that right here. I never remember to use them, so I'm really trying to. All right, now this vinyl is a little bit softer, so you could, if you wanted to give it more structure, you could put a piece of Decoville light on the back of that, in which case I would then top stitch along the top and the angled edge before sewing it on. All right, so now I'm just going to sew down this front side. Well, the left side. No, that's the right side. Also using a 1/8 inch seam allowance. And then along the bottom. And then along the left edge. All right, I just like to use my lighter to singe the ends of the thread so that it does not pull out. And now we will use 1/8 inch tape again around the edges. You could also just use clips for this part. All right. Open this up. And then we're going to put this wrong sides together with the left side of the Moondance. All right, now we're going to flip this over. And from the right side, we're going to top stitch all the way around the edges using a 1/8 inch seam allowance. Better cut that out. All right, and then we're just going to stitch around this part. I don't want my back stitching to be on the front. So I'm going to start right here. And I'm just going to, again, use a 1/8 inch seam allowance to sew around the center portion. If you wanted to, you could start and stop and back stitch at the top and bottom instead of stitching back over your lines. I just stitch over my top stitching line and try to keep it even, and then stop when I'm 1/8 of an inch onto the other lining main. And then when I get down here, I'll just lift that tag up. And back over the bottom edge of stitching, and then just back stitch a couple stitches. And we are done with the composition book size Moondance. So let's go ahead and trim these threads. I'm going to just quickly singe the ends of them. Be careful when you're doing this so you don't burn yourself or catch anything on fire. So now we'll take our composition book. I'm going to peel this little sticker off of it. And this one is really nice because it's got like a plastic cover. So they cost more. If I was going to be selling these at craft fairs or something, craft fairs, I would probably buy the cheapest ones I could find. So probably just like standard black and white. All right, so then we'll just go ahead and slide the back cover into the opening. And then close it up, and we are finished. So that is the add-on to the Moondance Notepad Holder pattern to make a composition size notebook holder. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you don't already subscribe to my channel, please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you like what you saw. And thank you for watching. Bye.